Zohran Mamdani has a lot of riz, and he's using that riz for good. I think considered the bastion of hope by many that consider themselves to be on the left. A man that both liberals and Republicans alike seemingly have fallen in love with. He did a lot of things yesterday in a meeting with Donald Trump, who is incredibly fond of him, that I personally think was brilliant, and we're going to give him his flowers today. Harry Enton, also known as Harry Emden,
Holy Toledo,
breaks down Mamdani's surge past Schumer and other Dems.
His latest visit to the White House yesterday, he not only pitched a massive federal housing plan for the city, but he came with props, playing directly into the president's love of building and perhaps the press, or at least attention of the press. And it may have worked. Mamdani also brought up a Columbia student being detained by ICE while he was at the White House. Trump phoned him shortly after the meeting to say that the woman had actually been released. CNN chief data analyst Harry Enton joining us now with more on the New York City mayor's growing popularity.
Yeah.
Walk us through.
Yeah, okay. You know, President Trump is not the only one who gets the vapors when it comes to Zohran Mamdani.
The vapors. The vapors.
Donnie, I mean, my goodness gracious, he likes popular politicians. Here's a popular politician for you. Take a look here. Mamdani's net favorable rating in New York City in September of 2025, plus 14 points. December of 2025, plus 38. Now look at this, plus 48 points. A more popular mayor to start off than either of his two Democratic predecessors, either Eric Adams or Bill de Blasio. The most popular Democrat in New York City in a generation. And President Trump, who likes to get on board with popular politicians, is getting on board right now with this guy.
Getting on board with this guy. Okay, so what about statewide?
Yeah.
What are we seeing statewide?
Okay, so you know what? A lot of Republicans are like, oh, we're going to run statewide in New York and run against Zohran Mamdani. There's a slight problem with that, and that is Zohran Mamdani isn't just popular in New York City. He's actually the most popular Democrat statewide. Take a look at this.
Vindication after vindication after vindication. How can you not be hopeful? Come on, man. Come on, man. We're winning so much. You're going to say, please, Hasanabi, it's too much winning. We don't want to win any longer. I'll say, no, we'll keep winning. We'll keep winning. We'll win so much. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. You rarely ever see the fucking theory in practice. So close to the actual aftermath of the election, dude. You rarely ever see it. It's hard for me to feel hopeless in this moment. I don't know how you motherfuckers do feel it. It's crazy.
Net favorable of New York Democrats statewide. Look at this, Zohran Mamdani with a positive net favorable rating of plus 16 points. More popular than Kristen Gillibrand at plus 12. More popular than Kathy Hochul at plus 9. More popular than Chuck Schumer at minus 7. The bottom line is this. Zohran Mamdani is the most popular Democrat in the state of New York right now. Republicans are not going to be able to run against him in the midterms because the bottom line is this. He's popular not just in his home city, but he's popular in New York State.
I will say, from my own personal experience as a content creator, as a commentator, as a out and about socialist, like, the setbacks are not real if you just stick to the meat and potatoes, okay? People are constantly on the sidelines going, you do this, you do that, you've said this, you said that. They try to dilute the message. They try to fucking come after you, but it doesn't really matter because people still have the capacity to see right from wrong, and you have to maintain that. You have to remember that. You have to remind yourself of that reality all the fucking time. And you got to stick your head down and you got to keep pushing through no matter what happens. And the results will inevitably speak for themselves, okay? That's it. This is also part of the reason why I get frustrated thinking about like the Ellison purchase, like sucking up all of these other like media behemoths and becoming this giant monster. But I think to myself that there's still opportunity for people to seek out an alternative message out elsewhere, even if they don't get it from fucking CNN, because the truth will prevail as long as people fight for it. Edinger Menta made this point, and I know, and that was that the unlimited faucet of pro-Clinton propaganda coming from liberal media could not get in the way of Donald Trump's victory, right? And it's true. He's right about that, you know? He might be wrong about some other shit, but he's right about that assessment. Donald Trump was still able to, partially because of Fox News and the very sophisticated conservative media giant, the conservative media behemoth out there, Donald Trump was able to overcome the conservative media machine initially in the primary structure. Everyone was out to get him. People were constantly being like, this guy fucking sucks. This guy's unserious. This guy's crazy. He's not a real conservative, they said, right? And he was able to overcome it. It always feels impossible until it's done.
As well.
Okay, but what about the popularity with the president? What is it that President Trump seems to like about him?
Yeah, okay. So I think what he likes about him is the fact that he is very much the type of politician who is able to attract the media attention in the same way while sticking with what he believes is right? You know, Donald Trump has always been this type of politician who goes out there, says a whole heck of a lot of things, but then is still able to maintain his base. And Zohran Mamdani is the type of guy who's been able to bring in President Trump, but also has basically been sticking to his campaign platform. I mean, take a look at this. Chance Mamdani freezes the rent.
Guys, really crazy strategy, okay? Are you ready for this? I'm really reinventing the wheel here. Create a platform that tackles some of the most important issues that people are facing and become definable by those policies. And then once you actually win, because people go, wait a minute, you want to actually serve my interests? What the fuck? I've never thought about that before. You actually fulfill those promises. You actually fight hard for those promises. You fight hard to achieve your campaign promises, and then people like you. That's right. It's a radical approach to politics. It's called democracy. I know I often don't want to give the game away, my secrets, but kind of feels like this is rather successful, especially if you can cut through the noise. That's the brilliant part of Zohran's strategy. The media aspect of this does matter quite a bit. I'm not just saying that because, you know, I always got to put my boys on and my ladies, but there is an incredibly hostile media apparatus, and that hostile media apparatus is still there. New York Post, Fox News, all these other outlets are attacking him viciously. There are hostile forces within the governance structure in the New York mayoralty as well. Police, real estate, big business, Wall Street, and yet he's able to cut through all of that noise by directly communicating with the public. He's able to cut through that noise like a hot knife through butter. So it certainly does help that he's charismatic. It certainly does help that he has a fantastic speech writers. It certainly does help ultimately that he has this consistent ideological, principled stance towards helping the working class, helping his constituents, helping the people that got him elected, right? But the media aspect of this does matter.
The thing he had run on, look at this. According to the prediction markets, the Kalshi prediction market this year, there's still an 81% chance that Zohran Mamdani actually freezes the rent. So he is maintaining his popularity citywide. You see him right here. It's been going up like a rocket. He is maintaining, in fact, being the most popular Democrat in the state of New York right here, plus 16 points. And he is doing so while also at this point looking like he is going to actually keep that big campaign promise of freezing the rent. At this point, as I said, President Trump isn't the only one who has the vapors, because the bottom line is this: a lot of New Yorkers have the vapors about Zohran Mamdani as well, as he is sticking to his quite progressive platform.
Like, you call Nancy Pelosi a communist, then, you know, you're disparaging communism. You call Zohran Mamdani a communist, all of a sudden people are like, maybe fucking communism ain't too bad.